Is it working? Please tell me it's working. I literally, so many tech issues. Hi, Prismoth. Thank you. Okay, I swear to, okay, like, let me know how volume is as well, because I did, like, test recordings, but, like, I'm really bad at telling volume stuff, so. Welcome to my very scuffed first stream. Literally, like, okay, thank you. Literally, like, 20 minutes before this, like, I was like, all right, let's get ready to stream. Everything was working yesterday, and then it just, it all went wrong. But it's okay, because we're here, and everything's fine, and everything's working, and it's going to keep working, right? Uh-huh. If it doesn't, if it doesn't, I will be very upset. I should stop clicking things. I will be very upset. Okay, anyways, hello. Welcome to my first stream ever. This is fun. I don't know. um, my I keep looking over here because I have chat, like all my chat stuff, literally on my laptop because I only have one monitor. My ring light is literally held up with tape, so that just tells you how cool my setup is. Also, this wall is really empty. I'm getting new flags soon, so just pretend there's stuff there. Yes, we do love scuff stream setups. So if something really loud like clatters and falls, that's probably my ring light. Because is literally I have painter's tape right here, so I can fix it. So it's not that scuffed. I can fix it. It's fine. Okay, so we are doing a slideshow night, and I'm wondering if I should just start or not. Probably, right? Or maybe I will do some more chatting. I don't know. Let me make sure I have everything actually ready this time. Oh, hang on. More problems. It's okay. Stop. There we go. Okay. There was supposed to be music this entire time. It just wasn't working. That's fun. This is how scuffed everything is. Okay, so yes, if music is too loud or too quiet, let me know. I think my volume should be good. I did multiple recordings to make sure my volume was good, so I should be okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we got nothing better to do. Let's just get started. So, first slideshow. Which button do I press? This one. Did it work? Did it work? Yes! Yes! Okay. Okay, so first slideshow is just gonna be a little intro, you know, a little introductory thing. Hang on, let me try to see who's in chat real quick, cause... Oh, okay. Good to know that my sister is in chat, which means my parents may or may not be watching. Hello, parents. Alright, now I'm nervous. It's okay. Okay, so let's do this. So, all about me. This first slideshow is just like a little introductory thing, you know? Let you guys get to know me as a streamer, as a friend. No, not as a friend. Let's not get parasocial. Okay, so, yeah. 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 Alright, so first, the basics, alright? The basic information you need to know about me. I'm going to actually take this out real quick because the music is distracting me. If it's distracting you, I will stop it. Let me know. Okay, make sure she keeps not understand. Actually, say to her that, hi! I don't know. Okay, let me know if the music's distracting for you guys as well, because I realize it is distracting for me, but I also feel like it is really weird to not have music in the back, so I'm just gonna leave it, but I'm not gonna listen to it. Let me know if it goes wrong, because I can't hear it. Anyways, we're gonna start with some basic information, you know, information that everyone needs to know about everybody, I guess. So, first up, my name is Isabel. Bet you didn't know that. Surprising, I know. I'm right here! I'm literally right here. What are you talking about? Anyways, yeah, Mabel, my name's actually Isabel. I know it's surprising. A nickname I am okay with is Izzy. I do have friends who call me Izzy. I had a Spanish teacher call me Isa once, but literally no one else. And that lasted for like 2 days. What do you mean, my Izzy? What? Oh, go by Izzy? Girl, you need to learn how to spell. Literally, Safiko calls me Izzy. So don't even... I never said I chose it, okay? Other people gave me that nickname. I never chose it. Anyways, since my sister's being judgmental, I guess we'll move on. There's a picture of me petting a cat and probably getting a million diseases, but it was so worth it. Okay, this next part I'm nervous about. Maybe... Yeah, exactly, Annabelle. So... See, Syrup, that's such a cute nickname. Literally, anything can be a nickname, Annabelle. I'm gonna start calling you, like... What's something that's not too insulting? I'm gonna call you, like... I don't know. Yeah, Cheese. I'm gonna start calling you Cheese. Everyone say hi to my sister, Cheese. I can't believe I'm biologically related to you. No, I'm kidding. Rat. Well, that's not as insulting, though, because you are Year of the Rat, and that's, like, something you're, like, active... Yeah. Okay, I can call you Rat if you want me to. Okay, Annabelle, this next part, tell the parents to look away, okay? I'm really nervous about this next part, man. Okay, next part. My pronouns. Now, why am I so nervous about this? Well, you see, I haven't told my parents about this yet. It's been a year. I'm pretty sure everyone but my parents know. They've what? They aren't looking? Okay, good. I'm pretty sure everyone but my parents, they're probably listening, whatever. Hi! Everyone but my parents know about this. This has been going for like, okay, great. Thank you. This has been going on for like a year. You know, if this ever surfaces up, this is coming out part 3, alright? Let's do this. Oh. I got 12,000 steps today, apparently. I'm waving my hands around enough. Okay, coming out part 3. Are we ready, guys? Okay, so, my pronouns before... Okay, parents, if you are seeing this, don't freak out, okay? You can ask me questions later. My pronouns are she, they. I know, they're not she, her. Okay, you can gasp. This is where you gasp. Ready? Okay. Have we all gasped? Okay. Let's get the surprise out of the way. So, surprise! I'm Girl Flux! Woo! What does this mean? I know you're wondering, parents, what does this mean? Okay, hang on, hang on. See, Prismoth gasped, okay? Hang on, everybody, okay? Hang on, hold your horses. I have a few definitions for you, okay? I'm prepared. First up, we have the actual, like, the professional definition. So I'm just gonna let you read that. I don't feel like reading it. We got the MLA cited, citation down there. MLA cited. We have the MLA citation down there, you know. This is from the Gender Wiki. Very, very professional. So, you know, I got... Okay, so this is like... But, you know, so this is a lot of words, you know? Like, it's words and they don't necessarily make sense, right? Like, fluctuating. Is that even a real word? I don't know. So I have a few of my own definitions. Yes, this is the boring definition. Exactly. Rat cheese. So these are my definitions. So this first definition is a very like straightforward definition. Like it is Girl Flux for me personally. Obviously this is different for everybody, but this is for me. Okay, so my gender tends to fluctuate between being a gender and a demi-girl personally. So but you know, what does that even mean? You know what I mean? Like what does that even mean? So I have a second definition. The second one is actually the one that I tell people, like when they ask me like, what does Girl Flex mean? This is what I tell them. I just say, sometimes I feel kind of like a girl. Most of the times I feel like I don't have a gender at all. And people will be like, how can you have no gender and still feel like a girl? And the truth is, it's just vibes, man. Sometimes gender is just a vibe, you know? Exactly, Prismoth. Like, it's just the vibes, you know? And for this final definition, it is actually a visual representation. I found a video of me as like an infant, and the fact that it like resonates with my gender is actually super cool. But I know some of us out there, especially me, are visual learners, so I found the video and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect, because like, what if you are a visual learner? So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys the video. It's really, really short. Me as a baby. So I just feel like this video perfectly sums up my gender. That's me right after I was born, actually. It was right after I was born. Yeah, exactly. Literally, it is. No, because that's literally me. Like, my mom literally told me, like, that's a video of me, like, in the hospital. So, I think that's actually me. Sorry, Maple. I think whoever told you that that's you as a baby lied, because I was literally I was there. So, because that's me. But yeah, I just feel like this video of me as a baby just really represents my gender. Um, and honestly, I think it's a pretty good representation of anyone's gender. It's just like I'm really glad. In fact, I've seen this pop up on TikTok a few places, so I'm really happy that this video of me as a baby is something that other people are also relating to. But we're just gonna move on from this. So everybody say goodbye to baby Isabel. While we're on the topic of gender and sexuality, I guess, I am also omniromantic and asexual. Woo! Moving on. I was born. You guys saw that video of me in the hospital. Couldn't find any other baby pictures of myself, but I found this physical photo of me as a toddler. Like it's up there. I have it. I'm not gonna take it down because it's taped to a not a billboard, a bulletin board. But that's a picture of me as a baby. And even as a baby, I played with my hair. You're gonna see me do that a lot because I do that. Literally right now. Okay, I did that without thinking. Moving on. Now I feel really conscious about touching my hair. My age, confidential, okay? Listen, if you go to the About section of my Twitch, you will see I have a list of these things called boundaries. And boundaries are very important. Oh my god, me and Maple are literally the same person. No way. Okay, anyways. Boundaries are very important, and one of my boundaries is don't go digging for my personal information, and that includes my age. If I have told you my age, either we have known each other for like forever, or I have some level of trust in you. So please don't break that trust. Don't go digging for personal information. Be a good human being. I just applauded myself. Okay. My social security number is 43852. I don't actually know my social security number. Which I'm pretty sure that's something you like actually have to know. My parents keep telling me I have to memorize it, but I haven't. Anyways, you really thought I'd give you my social security number. I would if I could, but I can't. Hang on. Anyways, I just want to see. Oh, is there music playing? I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I got curious. We're just gonna leave it. If there isn't, there isn't, you know? Who needs music when you have me? I'll sing for you. I'll sing. Yeah. So my personality for this next part, I actually made a pie chart for you guys. Because again, I know some of us out there like me are visual learners. So I made a nice pie chart about my personality. So here we go. First off, 50% of my personality is the fact that I have ADHD. I was a late diagnosis. I was literally diagnosed 2 months ago. So, and I literally spent like so long trying to get that stupid diagnosis that I think I deserve to have my personality be 50% ADHD. So, if you have a problem with that, you can leave. No, okay. Please stay. No, kidding. Okay, up to you. You could go. I don't care. Next up, we have 25% my hyperfixations. Literally, I go to bed thinking about them, I wake up thinking about them, and I think about them all the time. So naturally, they're a part of my personality, because when you spend that long thinking about something, you become it. Maybe not. I don't know where I was going with that. Moving on. 15% things I've picked up from other people, mainly phrases, sometimes physical mannerisms. I have a friend who says a win is a win a lot, so now I say a win is a win a lot. You know? I feel like that's something everyone does. I don't know, I call it a personality sponge. I say I'm a personality sponge. Like SpongeBob. No. Okay. And then finally, 10% other stuff. For example, the fact that I made this pie chart in Excel. That's right. I know how to use Excel. I know what a VLOOKUP is, index match, other stuff in Excel. I know how to make pie charts in Excel. I'm just, you know what? Maybe I should just make the 10% part the fact that I can use Excel. Because, I mean, come on, pretty impressive, right? Yeah, moving on. Let's get into some fun facts. I'd rather dehydrate than drink Dasani. I'm gonna be real. Not Dasani. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on. Everyone done with their water break? Actually, I could use a little more water. We're not moving on yet. Hang on. We move on when I say we move on. Okay. Okay, now we can move on. Ugh, Dasani. Could you imagine? Anyway. Honestly, as you should. As you should, Mabel. Catch those Pokemon. But yeah. Dasani, if you ever want to sponsor me, don't. So next up, in case you couldn't tell already, I have a sister. She's actually in chat right now. What? Oh my gosh. Her name is Rat Cheese. Here she is. This is the most recent picture I have of her. Annabelle, I am very sorry. This is the most recent picture I have of you. Yeah, so she exists. She is biologically related to me, and yeah, I don't know, like, she's there sometimes. Don't ew yourself, you look cute. Only I can ew you. Nobody else can make fun of my sister but me, including you, Annabelle. Do that again and I'll beat you up. No, I'm kidding. I won't. I'm kidding. I forgot. I'm kidding. Okay. Anyway, here are some other pictures of her that I also enjoy. Yeah. See, look at how cute you were as a child. Okay, moving on. Hobbies. I am mediocre at piano. I am even more mediocre at singing, but I do both sometimes. Took piano lessons for like 10 years, stopped because I got busy, stopped practicing. Here we are. And then I also barely play ukulele. In fact, I have my ukulele right here, right now. Let me play you a song. No, I'm not going to. Okay, I'm kidding. But yeah, I also barely play ukulele. Honestly, yeah, these cat pianos are great. I kind of want to buy one. I feel like it would be a smart investment. Maybe I'll ask for one for... I was gonna say Christmas, but Christmas was yesterday. It's okay. I'll go mess with Space-Time Continuum and then we'll have Christmas again. But yeah. I also, other than that, I just make content. Other than that, I make content and then sometimes I write short stories. So, in summary, yes, it's Paw Patrol. That's why I picked it, because it's cool. In summary, very scuffed, mediocre music stream in the future? Maybe. Stream where I maybe read my short stories in the future? Also maybe. I don't have very many short stories, though, because I kind of ran out of ideas after, like, 5 of them. Yeah, that's the right words. Be there on the double. Yeah. I think so. I don't know the rest. Maybe they just say that over and I don't remember. I haven't watched Paw Patrol in like years. Anyways, good singing, Annabelle. My favorite show at the moment is Bluey. Literally making my way through season 2 right now. Best show ever. Not even best kids show, just best show period, okay? If you haven't watched Bluey, go watch it. Not right now. Finish my stream first and then go watch it. Literally best show ever. I love it so much. In fact, I was watching an episode, I think it's called Horsey Ride, and, you know, sometimes when animators are animating, especially TV shows, they make some mistakes, like Bald Bandit. I just thought I would enlighten you guys with Bald Bandit here. Normally he has hair, like you can see, he has, like, the black. He's bald here. I blessed you with Bald Bandit. I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, my immediate thought was that he looked like Freddy Fazbear. But now you've all been blessed with Bald Bandit. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. This is something that I know you need to see, especially today, you know? Since today was today, and Bald Bandit has now made today better for you. Okay? So, if you're ever feeling down, come back to this stream. You know, even right now, just take a screenshot of Bald Bandit. And he will be there for you when you need him, okay? Alright. Everyone say bye to Bald Bandit. He'll be there, okay? Bye, Bald Bandit. Now my favorite movies. So I actually have two because I don't watch very many movies. The first one, Sing Street. I love this movie so much. Poor Annabelle has heard me ramble on and on about this movie. It is so good. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. The second favorite, this was just like a good feel-good movie, okay? You want to feel good, you watch this movie. You watch this movie and you put a picture of Bald Bandit right next to you, okay? And then you and Bald Bandit can watch Sing Street together. It's free on Pluto and Tubi and also on legal websites. I'm sure you can find one. Oh yes, Rat Cheese, my bad. Poor Rat Cheese has had to listen to me ramble on and on about this movie. Anyways, the next movie is Holler. This one is, they're both coming of age, but Holler is more like bittersweet, I guess. Also highly recommend. That one I watched on one of those legal websites. I don't know where else you can watch it, but I haven't rambled to Rat Cheese about this one, so you know what? I'm ending the stream. I'm calling her. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Okay. Next, we have my favorite musicals. Now, I want to preface this by saying, okay, listening ears, okay? I am not a theater kid. I have never done theater before, not once. I wasn't even in, like, crew or anything, like the backstage people. Okay, I'm not a theater kid at all. However, I'm a very good, big theater appreciator, is what I call it. I love musicals. So here are my 4 favorites at the moment. Yes. You've never talked about that before, thankfully. Oh, wait. You just wait. You just wait, Rat Cheese. You just wait, okay? Now I'm just gonna, for hours. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. Okay. First up, we have Hadestown. This musical is so beautiful. It is literally so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's about, like, it's Orpheus and Eurydice, and Hades and Persephone. It's beautiful. You need to go listen to it right now. It is sung through completely, so you could just listen to it and you'll get it. You'll get it, okay? You'll understand it. It's a very beautiful musical, genuinely. Like, I love it so much. I got to see the touring cast. Literally, I was a changed person when I walked out of there, okay? Next, you probably know this already, but Moulin Rouge the musical. My entire Spotify Wrapped had to do with this musical. I got pretty hyper fixated on it. Literally, okay, some people complain that this musical is shallow compared to the movie, but I don't care, okay? It's fun. It's a fun musical. If you want a fun musical, you watch this or listen to this. There's a bootleg out there, so if you want to watch it, just wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Next up, now this next one, I have bothered Rat Cheese about this next one as well, is Ride the Cyclone. This one I've also briefly talked to Maple about. Or Prisma, I don't know. I always call you Maple or Prismoth. Anyway, Ride the Cyclone, literally, it's so good. I listened to it 2 times today, and I watched the leaked pro shot thing. Highly recommend. Literally, I'm so obsessed with this musical. It's my current #1 hyperfixation. Poor Rat Cheese has had to sit through me talking about this. Yeah, I literally watched it this morning. It was great. I can quote, like, huge chunks of it. I have a problem. Anyways, next is Sing Street, again, but this time it's the Broadway musical, which I actually found out about this before I found out about the movie, strangely enough. Again, very feel-good. I have never wanted to be friends with a group of people more than that cast. Literally, they all seem so cool. But yes, my 4 favorites, highly recommend all 4. If you're not a musical person, Sing Street. Okay, next. Oh, I forgot to put these here. I put photos of when I saw the touring cast, and it was super cool, and I almost cried during the opening number, because I was so looking forward to that day so much that I got very overwhelmed. Highly recommend. The left is Act 1, the right is Act 2. Very cool stuff. Okay, moving on. Not fun facts. Alright, I didn't put a water break here, but I kind of need water. Not fun facts, okay? Here are some not fun facts. I'll just keep repeating myself. Okay, not fun fact. Okay. First not fun fact, I am allergic to mangoes. If you don't know what a mango is, it's a fruit. It looks like this. Literally, we discovered this because I ate a bunch of mangoes in elementary and got a huge rash across my face. One time, drank a mango smoothie, and my mouth itched for 3 days after, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. Exactly, mangoes are tasty. I'm gonna keep eating them. Should I be? Definitely not, but I'm going to. It's not a problem, okay? In fact, I don't know. I ignore the itching, you know. Um, wow. Okay, rat cheese, rude. Um, but you know what, Maple? This isn't a me problem. In fact, it's a you problem. For anyone who wants to attempt to assassinate me, mangoes are not it. Okay? Because I'm not deathly allergic to mangoes. I'm just concerningly allergic. I'm gonna keep eating them. I don't care. They taste good. Next up, rat cheese. You recognize the species of fish rat cheese? Hmm? So, little story time. Little story time. So I don't even remember when. It was when Inside Out came out. When Inside Out came out, me and my sister both got a pet fish. And we named them Bing and Bong. After Bing Bong, obviously, in Inside Out. Yes, I am aware of what a bong is. I wasn't aware at the time, okay? I would not have named my fish Bong if I knew what a bong was. But but basically what happened was Bing kept attacking my fish, and then one day when my dad okay, whoa, stop. Rat cheese, stop. Okay, stop victimizing Bing, okay? Hang on. Let me finish the story. One day when my dad went to go wash the fish tank, because this was after like a few days, we noticed that Bong was missing. They are glowfish, which I will get to that in a second. Okay, hang on. So we noticed that Bong was missing, and we were like, where did he go? And then my dad was cleaning the fish tank and found Bong's carcass at the bottom, and it turns out that Bing had eaten Bong. Now, this is when we learned that you are supposed to keep, I think, a minimum of 6 glowfish in one tank or only 1 glowfish. You can't just have like 2 or 4 or whatever. You need like at least 6 or something. Yeah. So, RIP Bong. You are missed. You are very dearly missed. And then I refused to take care of Bing, so Annabelle was forced to. Or sorry, Rat Cheese. And apparently Bing suffocated himself. Which I'm personally a big believer of eye for an eye, so you know, I think Bing deserved it, but whatever. Finally, this last one it also has to do with rat cheese. So the Breaking Point SMP, for anyone who doesn't know, it was a lore server I was on, and my character's lore, basically her whole thing was that she used to live with her sister, and then her sister stepped on like, I guess like a mine from like a war from before, and then it explodes, and then the whole thing, I don't think I clarified it enough, but the whole thing is that my character ran in and like shoved the sister out the way and then got exploded, and then instead of dying, my character got sent to the Breaking Point SMP. Now, the thing is, canonically, that sister was rat cheese. So I asked her, I said, what do you want to like have happened to your character? Like what's your lore? Yeah, my character did look out for but it clearly did not work out for them. It clearly did not work out for them, Maple, unfortunately. But so I asked Rat Cheese, I said, what do you want like to have happened to your character, just like out of curiosity, so I can share it one day. So here I'm sharing it. And she decided that her character also died. So basically, my character died for nothing. Thanks a lot, Rat Cheese. Even character Rat Cheese is as annoying as current Rat Cheese. Okay, sorry. I was just checking. I want to see what music. But yeah, this is probably the face she made when she told me. Yeah. I think that's it for this PowerPoint. Alright, let's go back to just chatting mode. Did it go back to just chatting mode? It did. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, sorry. We're gonna move on to the... Oh, my mouse. Okay, there we go. We're going to move on to the next one now. How long have I been live for? Oh, like 39. I literally started at 2. I don't know why. Okay. So yes, next one. Next one. Now, this next one is very, very important to the stream. So I need everyone paying attention. Heck, just if you want to take notes. Oh my god, yeah, the blooper video. You should do it. You should finish it. If you have time, you should finish it. 100%. Anyways, this next part, I need you guys to focus, okay? Take notes, maybe even. This next part is very important. It involves some very important people who will always be on stream, even though you can't see them. Because they're right here, okay? They're right over here. I can see them, but you guys can't. But they're always here in spirit, like their vibes are. Woo! Okay, so here we go. I have the great honor of introducing you guys to the shelf. Okay? Now, not many people know who's on the shelf. Very few people know. Rat Cheese being one of them. Freaking Rat Cheese. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Love you. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with this. So first off, we have Mary Poppins. She lives in a box. Here, I'll take her out for you. Ooh, that was a gross sound. Here she is. Can you see her? You can. There she is. Clearly I took her out, so I can't sell her for like whatever. Why won't you go back? Okay. So yeah, Mary Poppins. She lives in a box. She has a cool hat, and she loves tea, probably. She is the very, very first member of the shelf, the OG member. After this, it all goes out of order because I couldn't remember who came after what. But, yeah, she's British, which is fine. We love British people here. She's looking at me. We love British people here. Next up we got Benson with a scarf. The reason why, guys. Okay, guys, listen, okay? Listen, she's literally watching me right now, okay? Like, guys, come on. She can literally see you. Like, okay, we're moving on, okay? We got Benson with a scarf. Benson with a scarf is not Benson, because Benson is in Annabelle's room. I mean, Rat Cheese's room. And so we wouldn't mix them up. I put a scarf on mine because mine was hers was a gift too, but mine was a gift I actually got from the same person who gave me Mary Poppins. One of my besties. Love you, bestie, if you ever see this. And Benson has a scarf. Benson with a scarf has a scarf. You know, in case you didn't know that. And he loves watching true crime documentaries. I went through a big Menendez brothers phase, so Benson was pretty hyped about that. That hyperfixation was really short. Now it's just kind of something I keep an eye on. I just carefully keep an eye on it. Is he edible? Let me ask. Hang on. They want to know if they can eat you. Okay, so, he said that he's edible, but the scarf isn't, and I feel like that kind of just, you know, kind of beats the whole, you know, so, sorry about that. I just feel like it wouldn't really be worth it eating him if the scarf isn't also edible, so, sorry about that. Next we've got Frog. Now, it's not Frog, okay, it's Frog. You gotta say both of the G's. Frog, okay? It's not a silent G. He doesn't like it when you don't include the G. Frog is an up-and-coming actor. He was actually in one of my videos, the EVBot one, and I think he's really good at acting, so you guys might want to you guys are basically here at the start of his career. Okay, you guys are like the OG Frog movie fan. I don't know. Do they still call them stans? Like, if it's I don't even know what a stan is, man. Anyways, Frog is gay and loves men. So, moving on. We've got Blue Guy. Blue Guy is the exact opposite of Frog. He is very straight, but he's an ally, okay? You know, it rhymes. You know, Blue Guy, ally, okay? Remember that. I don't know what straight dudes do. If any straight dudes ever want to reach out, let me know. Actually, don't do that, please. That's, yeah, maybe don't do that. Okay. Oh. Okay, I forgot I put that there. Water break. If you have water, go drink it. Not you, rat cheese. Don't drink the Dasani. Don't even touch the Dasani with a 10-foot pole. Okay? It's bad for you. Okay. Hopefully everyone is done with their water break. What song is this? Oh. Okay. Okay. Moving on, we got Leafield, Leopold, Linoleum, the first. Leafy for short, because I know that linoleum can be a bit of a hard word to pronounce. Leafy probably needs therapy. Like, look at their eyes. Look at their eyes and tell me they don't need therapy. Like, I don't know what they've seen, but they've seen some things. They also love cheese. They were lucky enough to not have a lactose intolerance. I almost said to have a gluten intolerance. That's just not how that works. But yeah, there's Leaf. I don't really know what else to say other than they really need therapy, probably. Okay. Next up, we got Ducky. Ducky had a different name, and I completely forgot it. Ducky was a gift to me from my best friend before she left me. She moved away, and she left me here. Okay? Like, I know she's watching the VOD, so thanks for leaving me, I guess. Anyway, Ducky has a sword. Let me show you it. It's not real. Obviously, I don't have a real sword. Will it even show up? I gotta do the makeup tutorial thing. Look, it's one of those, like, I don't know, it's one of those, like, sandwich swords. Like, that they stab the sandwiches with. But I got it, and then I decided to give it to Ducky, because naturally. Ducky loves gardening. Also, all the, like, string stuff, that's because you're supposed to hang, it's one of those things that you, like, hang from something and it, like, swings, but I don't, you should do one of these streams. I will watch it. I will watch the entire thing. Maybe not live, because I don't know what I would be doing at the time, but I will definitely watch it. Hopefully live. But the Ducky is like one of those things that, like, it's supposed to, like, hang and it, like, swings, but, like, I don't have anything to hang them from, so I just kind of looped it up. Next. Finally? No, we got two more. Okay, next. Clarence. Clarence is my favorite. Clarence is the best boy. Clarence loves road trips and staring off into space. I also love staring off into space. Part of the ADHD. But Clarence came into my possession in a very special way. You know, it was like we were soulmates, okay? So, I may or may not have stolen Clarence from my place of work. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I work at a summer camp. So I was cleaning the one of the art cabinets, and Clarence was just sitting there, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's a little, like, squishy penguin, like, what are you doing with all the markers and stuff? And I looked around and there were no other, like, squishy animals, so I went, okay, you're coming home with me. Why is he covered in dust? Because he's sticky. Like, stuff sticks to him, and then I don't bother washing him off, so he's dusty, but it's part of the personality, okay? It's part of his look. Anyways, so I went, you're coming home with me, and I took him, and nobody said anything, and I literally went back to my little, like, room where, like my little, like, homeroom or whatever, and my coworker was literally like, oh, is that yours? And I was like, yes. And that is how Clarence came into my possession. And literally nobody cared. I don't think any kids would have played with him anyway, so he's happier here. Finally, we have Ozzy. Ozzy is my other favorite. Ozzy was very expensive, but Ozzy is very smart. You ask Ozzy a question, he answers it, okay? In fact, this right here, this is Ozzy's eyes. And Ozzy, unfortunately, did not come with eyelids. So I made Ozzy a little face. Oh, there's a hair on the back of his face. Oh, ew. Okay, whatever. Oh, now I scrunched his face a little. My bad. My bad, Ozzy. It's okay. But, he loves head pats and snacks, and, I literally put my blood, sweat, and tears into him, so it's good that he's smart. No, okay, okay. But yeah, that is the shelf. I added Ozzy in there because obviously Ozzy doesn't actually fit. Um, Probably it is. I listened to a total of 4 Lemon Demon songs because I started going through it, and then I got completely distracted by a different hyperfixation. It was actually Moulin Rouge. Was it? No, it wasn't. Maybe it was Heather's. I don't remember. But then I stopped. So I listened to a total of 4 Lemon Demon songs. So you get to enjoy 4. There are 4 on my live stream playlist. So, anyways, that's the shelf. I really hope you're paying attention during that because it is very important that you know all of these dudes. Oh, whoops. Forgot to change it back before I exited, but that's okay. There's nothing for you to look at anyway. It's more for the aesthetic. Okay. Okay, so yes. Okay, so yes. I also love Lemon Demon, but I have also only listened to these 4 songs. Well, I've listened to a few others, but these are the only 4 that I like added to my playlists, so. Okay, okay. Next. Which button do I... Okay. I have a sticky note that has like all my hotkeys because I knew I'd forget. And I was right. Okay, I don't know why I started whispering. That was kind of weird. Anyways, next up we have Smash or Pass. Asexual Edition. Are we ready for Smash or Pass Asexual Edition? I am kind of excited for this. I think. I don't know. Let's just go ahead. So, we got our hydraulic press here. Everyone make sure you got safety gear on. I don't need safety gear because I'm cool, but everyone else, you need your safety gear. You know, closed-toe shoes, safety goggles, helmets, the whole thing. And let's just see who is first on the chopping block, because I guess we're chopped now. So first up we have cake. Now, everybody knows that asexual people would much rather have cake over anything else. Specifically, I personally am a very big fan of chocolate cake, so that's why I used a picture of chocolate cake. So this gets to pass. So it survives. Next up we have Minecraft Tall Grass. Now, I guess if you watched my turtle video, where I like collected a bunch of turtles, then, or just if I ever complained to you about this, then you would know that tall grass and tall seagrass are my 2 least favorite blocks in the entire game. They genuinely, they annoy me. Like, short grass is fine, grass blocks, fine, but tall grass, oh my gosh, it's so annoying, and it like gets in your face, and then you I don't know, would they just be the same height as everybody else, okay? Stop being so tall. Why are you so tall? Stop. But yes, I don't like tall grass. It annoys me. I don't even know why they added it to the game, honestly. I think they can remove it and everything will be fine. Smash. Moving on. We have rat cheese. Alright, now. She looks very adorable in this photo, right? Like, look at how cute she is. Holding that little DVD. Rat cheese, I hope you're listening. But you see, a few years after this photo was taken, Rat Cheese had one very specific life goal. Now I'm gonna give you a moment. You know, just think in your brain, what might that life goal be? You know, was it becoming a cashier? Because that was one of her goals at one point. Was it going to college? Getting a dog? No. Chat, dear chat, and dear VOD viewer, it wasn't any of that. Do you want to know what her life goal was at one point? Exactly. Oh my gosh, Maple. Okay, she literally wanted to be a cashier at one point. Like we got her a toy cash register and everything. Cause she really, you were not 3. You were like 5. And then after that, you wanted to be one of the Costco pizza people. Okay. Anyway, her life goal. Okay, I bet you didn't even think of this. Okay, her life goal. Only Rat Cheese knows this, and probably some friends. No, exactly. I don't know why she wanted to do that. Anyway, Rat Cheese wanted. Rat Cheese's. Okay. Rat Cheese's life goal was to fart in my face. She would literally, whenever we were going upstairs, she would literally run and she'd shove past me and stick her butt in my face because her goal was to fart in my face. You did not fart. You never once achieved that goal, okay? Now that goal alone is enough for this hydraulic press to, okay? She'd be a goner. But she has matured since then. It is no longer her life goal. I don't know what her life goal is now. Honestly, she's been asking for a puppy a lot recently, so maybe that. But since it's no longer her life goal, she passes, okay? But, okay, Rat Cheese, you are on thin ice, okay? This goal ever comes up again, next. We have a chair. Now, I actually don't know if you know this, but I'm sitting in a chair right now. In fact, I won't be surprised if maybe you are sitting in a chair as well. Anyone, dear viewer, whenever you're watching this, maybe you are also sitting in a chair. And because I feel like it'd be quite counterproductive to smash the chair, you know what? A couch is basically a long chair. A couch is a long chair. It's just a long chair with fabric on it. Well, some chairs have fabric on it. Yeah, so it's just a long chair. So, no, I didn't get trolled. You're just sitting on a long chair. Anyway, I feel like it'd be counterproductive to smash the chair, so we're gonna let it pass. It does look uncomfy, but it's more like a representation of chairs, like in general, like all the chairs in the universe. You know, like the whole like, are there more wheels or more? Was it more doors? There's more chairs, probably. So, next up we have tiled shower floors. I hate these with a passion. I don't know if it's a sensory thing, but just the idea of putting my bare feet on those little tiles really freaks me out, to the point where I went to my aunt's house and her shower that I had to use had tiles, but she had like a smooth bit. Legs versus eyes, legs would win. Honestly, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Probably. I don't know. Anyway, there's like a smooth bit, and I literally, okay, because millipedes have like 2 eyes and hundreds of legs. That's true. I think legs would win. I agree. Because, like, what has more eyes than legs? I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. Anyway, so there was like a smooth bit. I literally stood on the smooth bit and stuck my head in the shower because I was so against putting my feet on the tiny tiles. Fish? Oh, that's true. Fish literally don't have legs. Okay, for a second I was like, huh. And I was picturing a fish with like a gajillion eyes. And then I realized fish don't have legs. Okay. Anyway, smash. I freaking hate tiny tile floors. Just use do the smooth porcelain. Or like for example, my showers, they're all like bathtub showers. Okay, do something like that. We don't need the freaking tiny tiles with like, they probably mold in the cracks or something, okay? Absolutely disgusting. I did not think of fish. I literally talked about fish earlier and I just didn't think of it. Strange. Okay. Everyone drink your water. Not Annabelle. I mean rat cheese. Not rat cheese. Unless you have something other than Dasani. Because Dasani is gross. Okay. Everyone done with their water break. Probably. Probably not the fish. Next up we have money. Now, I am a very big fan of money, actually. You know, people who say money can't buy happiness are liars. You know, I'd be very happy being able to fly to New York and go see a couple Broadway shows. I need money for that. So, or, you know, to eat. So, money passes, you know? I'm a very big fan of it. It can do lots of things for you. As long as you don't let you get corrupt. That's English. proper grammar. Okay, next we have the hit indie rock band, British indie rock band Lovejoy. I think they're indie rock, at least. That's what Spotify says. But I also don't really trust Spotify after they tried to shove a bunch of weird stuff into a Dream SMP category. Hang on. Ha! It was good timing. Okay, perfect. You might hear Lovejoy playing in the background right now. Because of that, obviously, like Ratchi said, pass. That was very good timing. Let me listen, actually. I think it's... Okay, it's literally my favorite Lovejoy song in the Are You Alright album, so double good timing. Next up, we have raw broccoli. I don't understand people who eat raw broccoli. Like, I like cooked broccoli, right? Like, you could steamed broccoli. I don't know how else broccoli's cooked, but like raw broccoli, it's bitter, it's dry. You're basically eating like bitter sand on a stick. Why would you want to eat sand on a stick, right? At least in my opinion. Like, even if you smother in ranch, it doesn't taste good. You can't make raw broccoli taste good. So obviously, we're gonna smash it. Moving on. Next up, we have garlic bread. Again, everybody knows asexuals would rather have garlic bread over anything else. So obviously it passes. One time, I had garlic bread in a hotel room. We just put it in the microwave, and it came out good. And it was all crispy. It was great. I highly recommend eating garlic bread in hotel rooms. Next up, we have this type of water bottle. Not the specific brand of water bottle. I don't know what brand this is. I just found a picture online. But I used to have a water bottle like this, and it was horrible. It literally leaked air. And it was so annoying. I didn't even notice it at first. It wasn't until I started keeping my water bottle in my room at night, and I just hear this little... And it annoyed me so much. I switched to this water bottle because that water bottle was so annoying. Smash. Moving on. We have standardized testing. I don't understand standardized testing for the life of me. I didn't even take the SAT, okay? But it's stupid. It's dumb. It's stupid. Goodbye. I feel like standardized testing should have been long gone by now. Why is it still a thing? Like, genuinely. Why is it still a thing? It shouldn't have to be. Next up, we have these Rottweiler puppies. I freaking love Rottweilers so much. They're so derpy and adorable, and like, look at their little faces. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. People see Rottweilers as like a scary dog, but like, I just think they're adorable, even when they're fully grown. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Exactly, they're just sillies. Look at them. They're so cute. You know what? Wait. Okay, Annabelle, how about we ask the parents for let's ask the parents if we can buy a Rottweiler. I want one too. Look at how adorable they are. Like look at their faces and try to say no to that. You know what I mean? Like, they're so freaking cute. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Pass automatically. All right. I think the next one's our last one. So finally, we have the character Blaze from the movie Holler. If you remember, Holler is one of my favorite movies. So bit of a spoilers, I guess. He's the main character's older brother, and I think he's a really good brother, you know? Yeah, exactly. Tell them we want a Rottweiler, and, let me try to think. What's a good way we could convince them? Say that we'll walk it in the cold. Because you know how, like, they're always like, oh my gosh, look at that crazy person walking their dog in the cold. Tell them we'll do that. Maybe that will convince them. It definitely won't. It definitely won't. We've been trying to get a dog for years now. There's no way. Anyways, the character Blaze, very good big brother. He started working... Not started working. I guess Ruth was working with him too. My sister Ruth got into college because he submitted the application for her. Kind of spoilers, not really. And then they both go to work, and he works his butt off to raise money to get Ruth into college, okay? He's just like, he's a genuinely good guy, genuinely good brother. Smash. So I would like to issue a formal apology to anyone who worked on the Holler movie. Also my parents and Rat Cheese. That was a joke. Like, genuinely, that was a joke, you know? Slash Jen or whatever, that was a joke, okay? I thought of it while I was making the PowerPoint. And I went, you know, that would be so funny. And then a tiny little voice in the back of my head was like, hey, I think you're gonna regret it when you say it. And I went, no, tiny voice, you're wrong. It's gonna be so funny. And honestly, it is kind of funny. But I literally just said it was planned. I literally just said it was planned. So, yeah, so slash genuinely, it was a slash J, okay? That was a joke. I planned it out. The tiny little voice in my head was like, hey, don't do that. And then I went, no, little voice, it'll be funny. But no, just instant regret. So we're going to pretend like that. You know what? We're going to move on. We're going to... That last part didn't happen, okay? Okay, everyone here has... You all have to sign an NDA. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Now, this final slideshow, because I only have 4, because I had more than 4. I said that before you said it was planned. Oh. Well, on my side, it looked like you said to after. But it was planned. I don't know how I'd make a joke like that, like, on the spot. I don't think I'd be very good at that. I don't know. Hang on. It's a sad song. Okay, anyway. Oh. My monitor is vibrating. So this last PowerPoint, because I ran out of good ideas, because I had a few other PowerPoints made, but I didn't like them as much, and I thought they wouldn't be very entertaining, and then I remembered this PowerPoint that I made for my friend in middle school. Now, the ironic part about this, actually, you know what, let me just give a little context. Basically, at the time, she was asking me a bunch of questions about, like, different kinds of meat, and she was just getting it all wrong, which you will see as we get through the slideshow. But I made this in middle school for her, and the ironic part is that she's a vegetarian now. So, anyways, if anyone ever tries to say that I am not an educational streamer, you can show them this next segment, because they are wrong. I am a very educational streamer. Alright. Slim Jim follows you. Oh my god, really? Wow. Maple has Slim Jim following them on Twitter. You're like practically famous then. You're like actually famous if Slim Jim follows you on Twitter. I don't have Twitter. I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it just to have Slim Jim follow me. Anyways, let's get into the educational bit. I don't have any educational music to play, but I think one day is pretty educational. Hang on. Alright, teacher mode. Meat by me. Alright. Pig. Pig meat, also called pork, is used in lots of things. Ham, bacon, pork sausage, etc. Please note that you can't turn bacon into pork because bacon is a type of pork. I don't know why bacon is capitalized in that second sentence. That is weird. But you know what? I'll let it slide because it was middle school me. So yes, this is pig meat. Okay, everybody got that? This is going to be on the test on Monday. Today is Monday. Oh my gosh, I very briefly thought it was Friday for some reason. Anyway, next. Cow. Cow meat, also known as beef, is in things like steak and pot roasts. Different cuts of beef are used for different things. Some places enjoy cow tongue and other cow parts that a normal American would refuse to eat, or they're unaware that they're eating it. Please note that you can't turn steak into bacon, okay? So bacon cannot be pork, cannot be turned into pork, and steak cannot be turned into bacon, according to middle school me. Also, that dig at normal Americans, I don't know what counts as a normal American, so... You know what, middle school me was a little crazy, okay? Next up, we have chicken. Chicken, also known as chicken, is in lots and lots of things. You can buy it whole or in cuts. Some places consider chickens as lucky if you cook them with the head and feet still on. That's true. Please note that chickens can carry things like salmonella if not properly cooked. Okay? Remember. So make sure you properly cook your chicken. I think it's interesting that I mentioned salmonella for the chicken, but I don't mention like E. coli for like I guess the beef. Maybe middle school me didn't even know that E. coli existed. Maple apparently loves salmonella. You know what? Power to you. You love salmonella. You eat that chicken raw. You eat that chicken raw. You go. Do what you want. Don't actually do that, please. Don't actually do that. Don't eat your chicken raw. Please cook it all the way. Don't do that. Little disclaimer. Okay. I don't want someone's parents coming to me and being like, my child got salmonella because of you. So just nobody eat the chicken raw. Next up we have turkey. Turkey is the meat eaten at Thanksgiving, but it's also eaten in lots of sandwiches. It's pretty big whole, and in real life, turkeys aren't always the nicest. Wow, 10 out of 10 commaing in that sentence. Please note that turkey isn't chicken, because I guess she thought turkey was chicken? I don't know. I also never mentioned salmonella for turkey, so I guess you can't get salmonella from eating raw turkey. Chicken versus turkey. Okay, turkeys are bigger than chickens. Turkey has a chemical that makes you sleepy. Chicken does not. People also eat chicken more often than turkey. Please note that chicken and turkey are similar, but not the same. Why am I capitalizing? I didn't capitalize it in the... Okay, whatever. Turkeys are fearless for my experiences. No! One time I was trying to get into a parking garage, and these turkeys were freaking blocking where, like, the car goes. And I was honking, and then my friend was in the car with me, and we rolled out the window. We were, like, screaming at the turkeys, and the turkeys just did not budge. They just sat there. They're crazy. And I started very slowly driving forward, and that's when they finally moved out of the way. Turkeys and geese. They're both crazy. Finally. Okay, one last thing. Pokemon roadblocks be like. One last thing. A lot of foods use a mix of meats. Hot dogs, for example, have a mix of a lot of different meats. That's what you just said. Some things are the same. What? Some things are the same but made of different meats, such as sausage. Just so you know. Okay? So just so you know, guys, some things are the same but made of different meats. That is very interesting wording. Thanks for watching. Oh, shoot. That says copyright Disney. Let's not. I don't want to get in trouble for that. Isabel, what does what mean? The some things are the same but made of different meats? Cause it's like sausage, you know? Like some things are the same, like they're all sausages, but then they're made of different meats. Like some of them are like pork sausage and some of them are like chicken sausage. I think that's what I meant. But I just didn't say it nicely at all. Did you mean the same shape? Honestly, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to go back in time and ask middle school me. Okay, but yes, that's all the slideshows I had, man. I'm all out. I mean, okay. I have other slideshows, but they're not like, they're for like school. So I'm not going to show those ones. Streaming's exhausting. Oh my gosh, I'm never doing this again. Bye, I'm ending. No, no, I'm kidding. Yeah. I don't know. I did say I would stream for at least an hour and a half, but I was lying. I should have said an hour. Because I meant to say an hour. And then I said an hour and a half. So I lied. I'm sorry. My sincerest apologies about that. Oh, look, it's my bed. Okay, I think I'm just gonna... should I just end? I don't see why not. I have nothing else to share. I mean, you guys basically learned everything about me, and you learned about different kinds of meats. Like, how freaking great is that? This was such an educational stream. Okay, apparently the fall is playing. I'm gonna let that finish play. Let's watch bug documentaries. Where do I even find those? Or you could do, because we were talking about how you could do, like, the bug streams. You could do that. You should go live right now, and I'll raid you. Apparently the fall is playing, so I'm gonna let that finish playing, because I feel like if I don't let it finish playing, I'll have very angry people coming after me, because it meant to send with balloon. Why are you so bad at typing? Oh my god. Okay, anyway, I decided at the beginning of every stream I'm gonna play a very upbeat song, and at the end, but you don't have an Apple phone. Oh. No, not manipulate, Maple. Condition. It's different. Like classical conditioning, you know? Pavlov and what have you. So I decided at the beginning of every stream, I'll play a super upbeat song, and at the end of every stream, I'm gonna play, yeah, condition. I'm gonna play a super sad song. So they're not synonyms. They're different, probably. So that way, every time I start a stream, you'll be so hyped for the start of the stream, and then when I end the stream, you'll be so sad that it's ending. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up the sad song now because I'm ending. This one. Okay, let me start quiet actually. I'm gonna let the sadness sink in first that I'm ending, and definitely not because a sad song is playing. But I am ending now at 1 hour and 11 minutes, which is honestly longer than I thought I would go. I thought I was gonna speed through those PowerPoints on accident, but here we are at 1 hour and 11 minutes, listening to Jubilee Line by Wilbur Soot. So now that your tears have started, I am ending, but I'm gonna be live again this Saturday, even though I didn't go live, even though that's less than a week. But I'm gonna be live again this Saturday. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing yet, but I'm thinking of playing Unpacking because I've wanted to play that for a very long time. So, if you want to see a normal stream that's not, is he live? I haven't been paying attention. I don't care that he isn't live. Should I? Does it work? Can you raid people who aren't live? Oh. You know what? We're raiding Kyle in spirit, okay? Everyone let Kyle know we're raiding him in spirit. But yeah, I'm gonna probably... Yeah, you know, I will. I'll play Unpacking on Saturday. So we'll have like an actual stream, not like an introductory one like today. Um, yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching, especially the 2 people who stuck around the entire time live. You guys are now OG brain cells, okay? And hello to any VOD watchers. I know I have some friends who are going to be watching the VODs. Or goodbye, because I'm ending, I guess. Bye. Yeah. Okay, let me figure out. Here we go. We're going to do a beat drop. Ready?